Hi and welcome to my review of The Goodies, the complete BBC collection. Today we're up to Lighthouse Keeping Loonies. The Goodies accidentally take on a job of running a lighthouse for 5 years, but after the light fails and they have to try and find an alternative source of fuel, they accidentally set fire to the oil under the lighthouse and send themselves and the lighthouse into space. There were so many highlights of this fantastic episode. The first one for me was how cute the boys look in their lighthouse keeping outfits. I also loved hearing when Graeme turns on the radio and Walk in the Black Forest comes on. I really loved the visual gag of Graeme trying to read by the light of the lighthouse lamp, and the whole shadow puppets bit was brilliant. Now the bit where Tim is mocking Bill's northern accent, I'd never noticed this before, and it did almost seem like a reference to the previous episode Kung Fu Capers. Graham's moths joke was fantastic. Now the Jolly Rock Lighthouse song, this is stuck in my mind since I saw it all those decades ago. It's a fantastic song and the boys sound brilliant singing it. Tim's dramatic entrance down the stairs. This has got to be one of Tim's best entrances, and I really thought he was going to almost kill Graeme. I really loved Graham's binocular glasses, and they really reminded me of Jason King's binocular glasses from Department S. The whole bit with the flare rocket is so beautifully done and so funny. And the segment where Graeme swallows the foghorn is so cartoonish and really hilarious. One of the most delightful bits of this for me was the scene where Tim is in the bath, unaware that the lighthouse has launched into space. Some great 2001 references in this episode. And the ending of this one is very Terry Gilliam-like. Interestingly, there is no Bill song in this episode. I guess there's just not the opportunity, although the only song is the Jolly Rock Lighthouse song. This episode's guest stars are two familiar faces, Corbet Woodall and Patrick Moore returning as the astronomer. This episode always reminded me of the Doctor Who story, The Terror of Fang Rock, and it does bring in a few horror elements, even if momentarily, but I always really liked that there were similarities between these two shows and the two stories. What I really appreciated about this one on this viewing was its contained nature. It's just the three of them, only in a different setting. I think I have to rate this one as another top draw episode, and it is another great example of what made The Goodies so fantastic. That format, which you could just take anywhere. You could really just put them into any situation, any setting, and they would make it hilarious. And much like the Stone Age episode, so much of the fun here is seeing them trapped together and how they react and get on each other's nerves. There are just so many great bits in this episode, but a bit like the Frank and Fido episode, underlying all the comedy, there is a compelling story that just flows so beautifully. Interestingly, this one has real moments of pathos and drama, but most of all, it is just absolutely hilarious. I love this one. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I really hope you can join me next time when we move on to Rome Antics. I'll see you then. Bye.